Good afternoon, this is Dwayne. Welcome to my recap. I'm really going to attempt to make this brief because I have things to do, you have things to do. Michael is out again today. We miss him very much. We look forward to his return tomorrow. Okay, as I watched the video last night, I noticed a couple things. One, because I don't have the high quality recording equipment that Michael does, my voice would get ahead of my pointer and my pointer would get ahead of my voice. So I'm going to attempt to slow down, minimalize the mouse pointer action, and not editorialize a lot, and just try to get to the point. Okay, I burned up a minute already just telling you that, because that's how I roll. Okay, today in the live trading room, this is what happened. On the YM, we ended up minus 6 points. On the ES, we ended up plus 9 ticks. For those of you who may not be familiar, based on one contract, 9 ticks in the ES is worth $112.50. 6 points on the YM at $5 a point is $30. So we had a positive finish to the day. Since I'm recording this, let's go. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I think I got the math right. If not, do your own math. So that's how we ended up. So we had a positive day. Ticks, points, two different things on the ES and the YM. The ES pays $50 per point. It takes 4 ticks to make 1 point. Okay, $50 per point. It takes 4 ticks to make 1 point. So we had over 2 points here. On the YM, it pays $5 per point. We ended up down 6 points in the YM. So that was negative $30 based on one contract. You can trade 1, you can trade 10, you can trade as many as you are comfortable trading. Now, let me show you how we got to these figures. Let's go to the YM first. Okay, on the YM, you can see that I have drawn a trend line across the top of those candles. It's a downtrend. Our classic setup, which is a bearish cross, pull back to the BBC, sell short. However, I paused and thought about it. So we had a very bullish candle right here. And it pulled up to here. And so I used my judgment instead of just taking the trade. And you can do that. I decided to sell a break of the lows right here. The only problem with that is there wasn't enough momentum to push price any lower than the break of the lows. And so we got stopped out for 20 points. So at this point on the YM, we're down 20 points. Okay. While we were trading the ES, and I'll show you that trade in a moment, we had this set up on the YM. It's the reverse of this. Bullish cross, pull away, pull back to the BBC, get long, and there it goes. Now we didn't take this trade because we were trading the ES at the same time. Okay, Michael trades 2 markets at once. I told you last night I'm not that clever. Okay, now over here, we took the secondary pullback up to the MA1, which is what we call the window of opportunity. If you want to know more about that, you need to come take the free trial, hang out with us in the live trading room, become a partner. The window of opportunity is a highly reliable scenario. This window gave us 14 points. That's how we ended up -6 on the YM for the day. Okay, we were down 20. Now on this trade, I could have gone in with a 20-point bracket. I could have pressed the envelope to get more out of it. I could have said, you know what? In fact, I did talk about this out loud during the trade. You know, we could break out to new highs. But when we got here, I had already moved my stop up to, at this trade, I only put on 7 points of risk because the window of opportunity was not a full 20. So I went into this trade 720, and once it began to move in my favor, I went to break even plus a tick. And then as it continued to move, when we got up here, I went right behind this thing with, I gave it 2 points of breathing room. I said if it comes back and gets me, that's fine. It came back and got me, that's fine. What I was doing was I was locking in, what I did do is I locked in 14 points of profit, and I left a 2-point window for the thing to continue up. It didn't continue up. As a matter of fact, it reversed on us. So getting out there was, and that's right there. The window closed, we were out. Okay, so we were down 20 going into that trade on the YM. After that trade, we were only down 6. We did not trade anything else in the YM over the course of the morning. You all know there was a Fed announcement, and this is kind of what the day looked like on the YM. All right, let's go to the ES. Let's see if I can even remember what I traded over here. I can. I think I put arrows on it. You know, I think the first trade of the day was on the 4 tick. Yeah. Okay, here's what happened. Yeah. I took this entry right here, and I was aggressive with the management of my stop. The trade went in my favor. I moved my stop up to +1 tick, so I had a free trade, just like we talked about yesterday. There was no way to lose money on that trade. If it came back and stopped me out, it would stop me out, and I would cover my commission on the trade. Okay. Now, if you come and take the free trial, we'll teach you about aggressive risk management, because that's how we roll. Anyway, I was aggressive managing the risk. I got stopped out +1 tick. That's how we ended up with 9 ticks for the day instead of 8, because we took 1 tick here. And then did it go on to give us 2 points? Yes, and then some. This trade calls for a 2-point bracket. 2-point stop, 2-point target. If I had left it alone, okay, I think you heard me say the same thing yesterday. If I had left it alone, if I had not aggressively managed the risk, if I had just accepted the risk, we would have gotten our 2 points here. Okay. Now, I'm not saying I did anything wrong. I don't want you to read into that. He's going, oh yeah, he's saying he wished he'd have done it the other way. No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that once I was in the trade, I knew I had an option. Okay. I could accept the 2 points of risk with a 2-point target. I could move my target forward. The only thing I can't do is slip my stop. I can't go, you know, this thing needs more than 2 points. If it needs more than 2 points, I shouldn't be in the trade. Okay. So I chose to aggressively manage the risk, It came back, took me out at plus 1 tick, and went on its merry way. Okay? I have no problems with that. The next trade, we took on the 10K. Now, while we were fidgeting over there with that one, that was this. The bearish cross, the pull away, the pullback, and a nice trade. That went from 1230 down to, I gave about 2.5 points. Okay. All right. This trade we took, we had the bullish cross, the pull away, the pull back. Yeah, right here, doji. Gotta love a doji. On the entry candle, we had 1 point of profit, but we wrote it out. We took a little heat, and then it moved in our favor. In fact, I stepped away from the trading platform, and I was in the other room getting coffee when it came up and hit my target, my 2-point target, and continued to run. Could I have moved my target out if I had been here? I could have. Just as I chose to aggressively manage risk on the other trade, I could have chosen here to move my target farther out. But I couldn't do that because I wasn't even in the same room. Came back, had the 2 points. We carried on with our morning. And so that covers all of the trades that we took. I highlighted this trade, this secondary pullback, but we didn't actually take that one. Okay? And then you can see right here our textbook setup. It pulls back and it goes. One last thing I'll show you before I go. The DMT down here, direction, momentum, trend. This is what made this such a tremendous trade. Everything lined up. The DMT, we had a pierce of the envelope from the bottom, a blue envelope that's bullish. When we get that pierce right there, where I have my pointer, we expect a 4 to 6 point move in the direction of the trend. Because the envelope is blue, the trend is up. If the envelope were red, the trend would be down. If you follow straight up, you'll see that 1233 is where we got the pierce of the envelope. And what do we ultimately go to? Almost 1239, 1238.75. So we had 5 3/4 points in that move. That's a very reliable. Now we don't use that to enter the trade. My entry was here. This confirms that I'm trading in the right direction and that I might want to consider giving it room to run. Again, hard to give anything room to run when you're in the other room. Okay? All right, that wraps it up for today. If you would like to take advantage of our free trial, go to cfrn.net/apply. Or if you'd like to take the free trial and have an opportunity to win an iPad too, go to cfrn.net/iPad. Michael will be back tomorrow with his delightful voice, his wonderful sense of humor, and his fancy video equipment. Have a good evening and good trading to all.